I'm here at the Singapore Fintech Festival, what is touted as the world's most impactful fintech event, and I'm joined by Pat Patel, the man, the myth, the legend, the team behind the event that you're seeing today at the Singapore Fintech Festival. And of course, Elevandi is the newly formed entity under the Monetary Authority of Singapore that's created to manage the festival. So Pat, how has the transition been from managing from MAS and all the way to Elevandi to manage this event right now?
Ultimately, I joined MAS in 2019, and so I've been working for 3 years within MAS and built a team to ultimately run the festival. And so we had at least 12 of us that span out as part of Elevandi. So we had the experience and the knowledge and the appreciation of what goes into the festival, but also how to work with not just MAS, but regulators around the world. So it's kind of been a relatively smooth transition. I think the challenging part has been we've not run a physical event in 3 years. And so this is the first physical event. There's been a lot of, if you think about inflation around the world, you think about, some economic challenges that are going on. So to achieve the numbers and the volumes that we have is just off the charts.
Yeah, it's certainly amazing. I mean, the energy here is almost palpable. So many flurry of activities going on. Yeah. It definitely feels like a reunion, as you guys have advertised. So give us a sense of the event, like what's happening, what's some of the most exciting things that's going to be happening over the course of this next few days.
So for anyone that's been in the global plenary stage, so that's the 5,000 person room, we have a DJ in there, we have some amazing speakers from policymakers, regulators, corporate leaders. Today, in that very stage, we have Anthony Tan, so the co-founder of Grab. We also have Sonam Wanchuk, who is an educational reformist. He lives in the foothills of the Himalayas and runs his own school.
Wow.
And so these two people are coming together to talk about entrepreneurship. And so that is going to be a really interesting session. We have MD Ravi Menon at the beginning of the day, and he does his State of the Nation FinTech address, which is quite iconic now. It's in its 7th year. Every year, everyone comes on.
I look forward to it every year as well.
Yeah, he's a super humble guy, very intelligent, but he lays out the path for not only MAS, but what we can expect for FinTech in 2023. And then we've got a number of new stages that we're trying out. And if you think the festival each year, we try and get a little bit better. And so this year, we've created something called the Founders Peak. And so it's like a TED-type stage. Ultimately, founders I think it's about 50 founders over the course of 3 days, will be not talking about their businesses, not talking about their products, but talking about an experience that has made them who they are today. So it's an untold story, an emotional kind of...
I love that. That sounds great.
So it's a TED Talk, basically, from a founder. So it's the first of its kind. The other interesting areas is we've created something called the Elevandi Insights Forum, and it's on the 2nd floor here, away from the hustle and bustle of all of these stands and everything you see around you. And ultimately, these are kind of round tables bringing the public and private sector together on point topics. So they are intellectually stimulating. You'll see a lot of leaders up there, and it will be quite open and candid. So they'll be sharing their views and opinions on tokenization, on artificial intelligence, cross-border payments, but also talent development, which is clearly one of the big topics at the moment. Yeah.
What an amazing lineup, what an amazing thing you guys have planned. Great job from the team. How are you guys going to outdo yourselves next year?
So I think you'll see a lot of the experiments this year. We will continue, I think, because most of them seem to be going really well. And then we'll add a few extra ones into the mix. But we've had a lot of invitations to co-locate other events with us. And there's a few interesting ones that could come along that ultimately just takes what we're doing here to the next level, if that's even possible.
Very cool. We'll keep an eye out. Pat, thank you so much for your time.
Awesome.
Again, congratulations on an amazing event.